Why does OxyContin work in a human brain? Or why do the opiates work in the human brain in general? The opiates work in the human brain because we have receptors for them. In other words, on the surface of a brain cells, like imagine my head is a brain cell, then here's a receptor. A receptor is a molecule where a messenger can fit. So if I have a receptor that looks like this, but there's a messenger chemical that looks like this, there's no fit. If the messenger chemical looks like this, now there's a fit. So we have receptors for opiate molecules on our brain cells. Why do we have receptors for opiate molecules? I mean, opiates come from opium in Afghanistan. Why would I have a receptor for an opiate plant in Afghanistan? I don't. I have receptors for my brain's natural opiates. So we have natural opiates in our bodies. They're called endorphins. Endorphin means endogenous or internal opiate-like substance, morphine-like substance. Why do we have natural receptors for opiates? It's because we have opiate system in our bodies. We manufacture our own opiates. If we understand why you're addicted to fentanyl or to OxyContin, an opiate, we have to understand what does the natural opiate do in the human brain. You know what they do? 3 things. One is they relieve pain. We already talked about that. They relieve physical and emotional pain. That's why we have endorphins, internal opiates. That's the first thing they do, pain relief. The second thing they do is give us the experience of pleasure and reward, elation, joy. Well, try living life without that. And the third thing they do is the most important. They make possible a little thing called love. Love is the connection between parent and child, the attachment relationship. Without endorphins, that doesn't happen. So endorphins are the love chemical. So when people do endorphins, it's because they have too much pain. I'm sorry, not they do endorphins. When people do opiates, it's because they have too much pain in their lives. They need soothing of the pain. They're lacking pleasure and reward and joy. And they're looking for the warmth of love. And that's why a heroin-addicted patient of mine once told me, "Doc, when I do heroin, it feels like a warm, soft hug." So in other words, when you tell me that you're an opiate addict, you're telling me that early in your childhood, you didn't have the love you needed, you sustained too much pain, and you lacked pleasure and joy. And when you did that opiate chemical for the first time, you felt like a normal human being for the first time. That's what you just told me. That's my understanding.